Hello everyone and welcome to Platinum Life Gaming. I'm the Mad Gamer and this is my SplitFiction Platinum experience. Hazelight Studio, the creators of It Takes Two, A Way Out, and Brothers, has really upped the ante with this one. Following the 2021 Game of the Year, which was It Takes Two, could Hazelight have another Game of the Year with this one? SplitFiction, released on March 6, 2025, is a game that was highly anticipated in the gaming world and was released with the highest Metacritic score at the time in 2025. SplitFiction is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, taking 10 plus hours to platinum, based a lot on skill and experience of the players, of course. We have 21 trophies to collect, and besides knowing that 19 of those trophies are missable, I know nothing else about this game. I avoided all trailers, previews, and reviews so that I could have the truest blind playthrough possible for my first run. Before we jump headfirst into SplitFiction, please hit that like and subscribe button. You would be helping the channel so much. Zoe and Mio are seen in an elevator on their way to a meeting, hoping to have their respective submitted stories published by the corporate giant Rader Publishing. Zoe, the focused but very friendly and talkative one. Mio is closed off, suspicious of everything, and has a chip on her shoulder. The girls, along with 4 other hopeful writers, are going to be the first to enter the high-tech machine that Rader has invented. It will allow the author to live their story, while it records the data needed to mass market that story. At least that's how Rader is selling it to the authors.
I write fantasy. Look, I don't mean to be rude and all, but I really don't do small talk. Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too.
Welcome. Please step on your assigned platform.
It's time to unleash your full creative potential. Go.
As each of the hopeful story writers enters into a bubble that helps the machine sync their simulation, Mio decides she wants to leave. She didn't sign up to be hooked up to a machine. However, the founder and inventor of the machine, J.D. Rader, prevents her from getting away. A struggle ensues, and Mio ends up in the same bubble as Zoe. We see Zoe's story first. It's set in a fantasy world when suddenly Mio arrives.
What are you doing here? Wait, what? What are you doing in my story? Something bad is going on here.
The two argue about what's going on before noticing what they call a glitch in the story. Touching it, they are pulled into Mio's sci-fi story. We get a few Force Unleashed elements here, wall running and grappling.
I got one! I did not sign up for this! Over there! The glitch!
Making their way through this sci-fi world, the duo find another glitch and end up in another of Zoe's stories. That is when the pair start to realize that more of their ideas than the ones they submitted are somehow in the simulation. We get a little Assassin's Creed reference, but rather than the eagle, we get chicken sounds.
You've got to have faith when you leap.
making our way through the rest of this fantasy world, and we run away from trolls as we climb the tallest tower, which contains another glitch. However, rather than a new story, we end up in a place that seems to be somewhere between the exit of the machine and the next story. I call it the lobby. The glitch is shattering the wall between the simulation and the real world, allowing us to hear conversations that JD and the techs are having on the outside. The machine was never meant to handle our combined presence, and therefore is overloading. If we stay stuck inside for a prolonged amount of time, the machine will continue to take more damage. And we learn that there is no publishing deal for any of these authors. This machine is stealing all of the ideas that anyone hooked up to it has, so Rader can use them as its own. Leaving the lobby by the way of another glitch, we are thrown into Chapter 2, and the story of Mio's titled Neon Revenge. We play as cyber ninjas, complete with a sword for Mio and a gravity whip for Zoe. Shortly into this story, we actually come across what this game calls side stories. These are actually unfinished stories from the girls, and if we complete them, we prevent Rader from stealing the idea. This side story, titled The Legend of the Sandfish, had some very noticeable Dune-like elements to it. Reaching the end and closing off this side story, we are back in the Neon Revenge story. We come across Rose's elephant Cutie from It Takes Two.
Hey, respect the queen.
Zoe can use the whip to rip off Cutie's leg and ear. Doing so, we pop the trophy, Rose's best friend. You made her cry. We get our first boss fight against Mr. Hammer. And as with every fight throughout this game, there's a lot of dashing, jumping, and waiting for the right time to team up to deal damage to the bosses. Teamwork makes the dream work throughout this game.
Get the hammer, Zoe.
Finding our second side story called Farm Life. We play as pigs, complete with rainbow farts and stretchy necks. And if you want to take a little time, you can even wallow in the mud. Using our rainbow fart dash ability, we can destroy this old house and earn the trophy, Puffing and Puffing. It's not the big bad wolf you have to worry about. The only way to complete this side story is to turn our pigs into hot dogs, cook them, add condiments, and jump into the hot dog buns, exiting the level only once we are eaten.
Wait, no. No, 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 no!
Here we find our first bench and take a moment to breathe. I didn't know this at the time, but this is bench number 1 out of 6 required for a trophy.
Station. I don't have to touch it! Right, I'm going in. Here. Wait!
During some more cyber ninja chaos, we come across a hotel lobby while we are searching for the gang leader to end this story. If we attack this robot concierge, it turns hostile and it will kill us. But we get the trophy.
The customer is never right.
Robot Revolution. Hasta la vista, baby. There is a crazy complex part here where one player is driving and avoiding obstacles while the other is working through a bomb disposal app on a cell phone. Having the bomb go off here does not prevent you from progressing, but I did wonder if we missed a trophy here.
Come on, Zoe! Jump!
Flying, driving, taking a break on the aforementioned bench, and even completing 2 side stories, we finally reach the end of the Cyber Ninja story and face off against the head of the crime syndicate.
I don't approve this! No!
After defeating her, it's into another glitch we go. But rather than a new story, we are again put into the lobby. The glitch ripping open an even bigger hole. We see JD frantically trying anything he can think of to get the girls out of the machine before the glitch causes permanent damage. We also see the board or investors pressuring JD for a resolution as the machine launches worldwide in just 6 weeks. Chapter 3, Hopes of Spring. Zoe's story is next, and this one gives us the ability to change into various animals as we go. Mio, a fish and a gorilla, while Zoe, a fairy and Groot. Each with their own abilities, we traverse the landscape. We found this swing set and messed around with it for a few minutes, but we're not able to figure anything interesting out, so we moved on. Finding our third side story, the train heist. We are chasing a train that is carrying a bomb as we're flying through the skies until we are able to catch up and stop the train.
Grab a ship! On it! Let's get it!
Areas like this really testing your teamwork and ability to move and react very quickly. Something that gets more and more frequent throughout the game, but always in unique and interesting ways. This game never making you feel stale or repetitive. Seeing the Great Dooku Tree, otherwise known as Lord Evergreen in this game, we get our first glimpse into Zoe's inspiration and internal torment.
I can't believe it.
Oh, please tell me you know where to go. Zoe?
A little while later, we come to our fourth side story, and we play a deadly game show. The objective here is to move the bomb to the disposal container through multiple courses. The bomb must be thrown back and forth as you move. Holding it too long or dropping it will cause it to explode.
Game over, lady! So, did we win? Yes! Jump! What?
Back in the Hopes of Spring story, we have a dance-off against the Monkey King. We need to complete this in order for him to grant us access through his lands, so we can move on to the Ice King.
Yeah! That's gonna be the dance-off of the century!
We find a casino slot machine and a roulette table that were just fun little games to play if you wanted. We also find a snowman with 3 large snowballs.
Zoe, look how far
Interacting with one of them causes the gorilla to toss it off of the castle into the world below. Same with the second. But do not lose interest, and make sure that you throw the third. And you will pop the trophy.
Oh, that's a mama bird going to feed her chicks!
1 bird, 3 stones. You couldn't have known. We find bench number 2 just afterwards. Side story number 5 for us, called The Collapsing Star. In this one, the sun is dying and threatening to go supernova, continuously emitting flares that will instantly kill you. You must traverse the level while hiding behind blast shields and other objects to avoid the flare.
A dangerous menace alive. And if not defeated, the entire Underlands will fall into eternal...
Finally arriving at the end of chapter 3. Cue up the cute, cuddly cat.
Sweet Lord,
That is actually the Ice King in hiding. You didn't believe that we were the only shapeshifters in this story, did you?
I'll fix you as you can!
Hans, open Mio! This one's for all the animals you tortured!
Defeating the Ice King puts us back to Between Worlds, into the lobby. And this time, JD, with the help of his techs, are able to communicate with us.
Whoa. I wonder how many more hits it can take. I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Pleading for us to stop chasing the glitches and lying about his intentions. When called out, he goes dirty and brings up Mio's father, who is sick, telling Mio he will possibly give her money to help with the debt that she is accumulating from hospital bills. The girls refuse, and touching the glitch are thrown into another of Mio's stories.
Very productive.
Chapter 4, Final Dawn.
Mio, who or...
In this chapter, we have guns and the mission to destroy the chemical plant before dawn. Running through the plant, we get used to shooting and aiming, before finding side story number 6, titled Kites. This was a fun and fast kite race, reminding me of the wingsuits from Just Cause 3. Once both characters reach the finish line, we are done with this side story. We get a gun upgrade that fires bombs that can destroy force fields or shields on enemies that are the same color as we are.
Hurry! Hurry!
Side story number 7, the Moon Market. The task is to find 3 cat spirits in order to open the gate at the end of this story. Along the way, we ended up in a mole village. This magical village was full of things to interact with, from yarn balls to unroll, balloons to set free or pop, and various magical booths that turned out to be very beneficial. Turning Mio into a chair and then having Zoe sit on her gets us the trophy. Chair the load. Get off me. Between the second and third cat spirit, we messed around at this potion shop, creating things from the list on the board, from lightning storms to a ball of yarn, and even changing into the opposite character. Before turning in the third and final cat spirit, I wanted to finish all the other potions, partly for the wonder if this would be a hidden trophy, and partly because I just wanted to see the other potions at work. And much to my delight, crafting the final potion earned us the trophy, Potion Chef. I need your strongest potions. After unlocking the door with the final cat spirit, we were out of this side story and back at the chemical plant. This next section was a 2D side-scroller, reminding me a lot of old video games. It was fun to navigate, jumping through these portals. Finding our side story number 8, called The Notebook, where we just run along while the story is told, written and rewritten. We ride goats, shoot bows, and fight a duck boss. Nope. Who would want a duck boss? We fight a crab boss in order to finish the side story. Bench number 3 is shortly after that side story. Nearing the end of this chapter, we free this giant octopus. Held in a tank for experimental purposes, Mio reflecting her real-life situation with her father in this story.
You probably already guessed it, but I sort of based the story around my dad. Ever since he got diagnosed.
Freeing this guy, he crashes through the plant, and we follow on these Sea-Doo-type machines.
Thank you!
And for what it's worth, I don't think you're a downer.
Taking the path that he's created for us, allowing us to escape and find the glitch. Back in the lobby, Rader and his team try to trap us while they run a diagnostic to repair the damage to the machine.
What is going on?
Home stretch, Mio!
Expand the platforms. Separate them from the glitch. Now!
Run, Zoe!
Stop them! Stop them!
However, we are able to traverse the ever-moving landscape of this area while tethered together. And reaching the glitch, we are thrust into the next Zoe story. Chapter 5, Rise of the Dragon Realm.
Grab that bag.
Given a backpack and a dragon egg, we must protect these, the final 2 dragons, from extinction.
Okay. You
We must take the eggs to the nearby temple. The first temple is the water temple, and once here, the dragon eggs hatch. And now we have baby dragons. Feeding the little dragon some fruit off of these small trees gets us the trophy. Feed me. Take a snack.
Right back, cutie pies.
Side story number 9 for us, the slope of war. This was a snowboarding race, reminding me of Amped or even Steep.
Eyes on the prize! What a great ride!
Not long afterwards, we find bench number 4.
I'm curious.
At the treasure temple, we go from baby dragons to adolescent ones.
Step back.
The next boss fight is against the Dragon Slayer. Utilizing Zoe's ability to destroy the crystals underneath him, dealt the most amount of damage.
You guys get a quick rest. We'll be right back.
All set?
Side story number 10, Space Escape. When I first started this, I was hoping for something like Heavenly Bodies.
Making weird noises.
Instead, we got this fun, zipping, fighting for air and dodging all kinds of debris from the destroyed space station while in zero gravity. Side story number 11, Birthday Cake. We play as a sweet tooth.
Hold my
We make our way to the top of the birthday cake and light the candles in this fun-filled story from 5-year-old Mio. That is until the demented dentist shows up to drill out our little teeth.
Okay. Wait a minute.
The dentist will see you now.
Mio!
Make a wish. Why?
No.
Let's test those reflexes.
Once we defeat the dentist, we end this side story. The final battle of this chapter against Megalith. The dragon-eating monster has us wielding swords crafted from the melted metal of the traitorous turtle. Once we make it on to Megalith, we have to escape these crystals before they knock us off. Using our sword to stab into his armor, we are able to hold on through the shaking winds, simultaneously plunging our swords into his weak point repeatedly. We are able to defeat him. Back in the lobby, we are able to send another glitch smashing into the machine. We see Rader in his office and the board telling him to step aside. He has lost control of the situation and they have called in the authorities. Rader, believing his machine will dominate the market, shows his temper as he loses control and smashes the computers in the office. His techs telling him that they can accelerate the machine to full power. This will push the girls into their subconsciousness, buying the team time to repair the machine.
Maybe not.
And thus starting the next 2 chapters, where we play through the thoughts in each of the girls' subconscious.
Prison could be a fitting
Chapter
place
6,
for subconscious.
Isolation. Starting with Mio, her mind has someone calling for help.
I hope you're
locked behind a giant door on a prison ship.
On that note, how are we going to unlock that?
Is anybody out there?
Whoa, what? Who is that?
I'm a prisoner. Please, help me.
Thankfully, a couple drones show up, sync to our suit, and become controllable companions. One drone becomes a boat to transport the other safely across the toxic river. If we get close to this bubbling water here, we pop the trophy. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Nice little nod to Jaws there. In the prison courtyard area, one person must make their way through while the other protects them with a turret, disabling guards and moving platforms. We got to play pinball as we tried everything we could to get the door unlocked.
Pain and pinball! Jackpot, Zoe!
It's starting to click.
Awesome work, Zoe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a valid question.
Finding bench number 5 in this area as well. In this next section, Mio controls this robot that can extend a taser stick outward, allowing Zoe to run along the stick and reach new areas. Be careful not to touch the taser end though. Not far past this little robot section, you can enter this cell here. And if your partner closes it on you, we earn the trophy, Locked Up. No way out.
Close up cell 49.
The end of the chapter is Mio's dark side. Everything evil about her, the fears, the doubt. This was the hardest fight in the game up to this point. So much going on here, and the teamwork had to be on point. Like every other boss fight, as long as one person was alive, we were good.
Okay, sure. Take your time.
So this is what it feels like, hey?
Conquering your inner
Defeating Dark Mio, we find the glitch, and into Zoe's subconscious we go.
Friend.
Mio has learned the value of relying on and opening up to another person. The girls finally becoming good friends. Chapter 7, The Hollow. Here we learn that Zoe's sister Ella drowned while they were playing together, and Zoe blames herself. As we progress forward, trying to help Zoe release the blame, we find and relax at our 6th bench and unlock the trophy, Sisters, a tale of two besties. Relax on all 6 benches. In one of the best sections in this game, in my opinion anyways, we see Zoe's parents, who miss her and wish she would call home more. They are portrayed by this 2-headed centipede, acting as our spiritual guides. As we traverse the landscape, dodging lava, swinging from hold to hold, this was so much fun, and we laughed a lot as we made our way through. The end of this chapter has us facing off against the Hydra boss, the multi-headed monster showing Zoe's inability to let go of the past, to accept what happened, and allow her heart to heal.
Come on, Zoe! Get the ballista in line!
Defeating the Hydra, Zoe gets a chance to say goodbye to Ella. And this strengthens the friendship between the girls even further. Now entering the final chapter, number 8, called Split. Fed up with the damage we caused and the total inability for him to control everything, Rader reaches into the bubble and starts to pull it apart, referring to himself as a god as he enters the machine with us, hell-bent on killing Zoe and Mio in order to save his precious machine.
Bloody hell! No way!
I told you, down here, I'm the one that makes the rules. Down here, I am God!
Again, completely unique from the rest of the game. We play Chapter 8 in the same area, but in our own stories. They're overlapped, intertwined, and meshed together. Mio in her sci-fi and Zoe in her fantasy. The two move through the landscape, able to see one another and talk to each other. But what they see is very different. Interacting with certain things only one girl could see to allow the pair to move forward. Where Mio sees open air, Zoe sees water and can swim to a platform to aid Mio in crossing. We spend a large chunk of this chapter in numerous fights with Rader.
I'm a god here. This is limitless.
Gravity's off! Use it to our advantage!
This is not happening. What's going on?
Finally being able to defeat Rader, he is forced out of the bubble and it destroys the machine. The girls walk away when the police arrive to apprehend J.D. Rader. They joke about writing a book based on their experience. Now fast forward some time, and as Mio is standing over her father's grave, Zoe shows up with the first printed copy of their new book,
Look what I picked up.
SplitFiction.
First one out of the printer.
After the credits, we pop the trophy BFFs. Finally published. Having earned 11 out of 21 trophies on our blind playthrough, it was time to utilize the chapter select and clean up what we missed. And right away we noticed there's question marks indicating a missed side story. So we load up the sub-chapter Big City Life in Chapter 2 and went looking. Noticing an out-of-reach ladder that we did not see on the first run, Mio can hide in the outhouse, and rather than being thrown towards the hotel, she can be thrown up above the ladder, where we can enter the side story, Mountain Hike.
Zoe! What now? Well, like I said, it's an unfinished idea!
We traverse the mountains with the help of giants, and completing our 12th side story, we got the trophy Bookworms. Complete all side stories. Remember earlier when we failed to disarm the bomb on the motorbike? Well, we went back to Chapter 2 and sub-chapter Gravity Bike. And we were able to disarm the bomb this time, awarding us with the trophy, You Are Not a Robot. Completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. In Chapter 6, sub-chapter Cell Blocks. Remember that little robot? Well, if you knock Zoe over with the stick part of the taser, you will get the trophy Tased and Confused. Add insult to injury. Chapter 2 in the farm life side story, right after leaving the barn at the start, if we use our fart dash ability to jump on the belly of this big pig, he will rip some serious ass, and we earn the trophy
Now that is a
Going
funky
whole
odor.
hog. Let it rip. Chapter 3, Sub-Chapter, The Underlabs. Remember that swing we played on earlier? Well, if you use the gorilla to push the swing while the other person sits on it, you will send them for a ride and pop the trophy, A Friendly Push, Monkey Strong.
Actually break the machine and escape.
Trippy.
Chapter 4, Sub-Chapter, Run and Gun. We get a little Easter egg tribute to the game Portal. Bounce back through these portals and into this secret area to unlock the trophy. The cake is not a lie. Congratulations, the test is now over. Chapter 6, Sub-Chapter, Prison Courtyard. While you are manning the turret and helping the other player navigate past the guards and through the courtyard, Zoe will come to this box, which she can roll into and move around under disguise. Does this seem familiar to anyone? Well, if Mio shoots Zoe while she's in the box, we get the trophy Snake! Could friendship bloom on the battlefield? Chapter 2, Sub-Chapter, Play Me Techno, while throwing the ball to Zoe so she can whip throw it through windows. She can break the bridge above her to pop the trophy. Are we the baddies? No worries, it's just a simulation.
Sorry.
This brings us to the final trophy of the game. And oh, did we save the hardest one for last. A gold trophy for a reason. Load up Chapter 3 and the side story game show. Remember this little bomb toss game from earlier? Well, the trophy is for completing all 7 stages without ever having the bomb explode. If you aren't looking in the direction of your partner when you throw the bomb, it will not go. If you fall off the platform, touch the fire, get fried in this little microwave blast section, or if the bomb fetching robot gets you, it all spells disaster.
This night's gonna be something else.
Go,
Can
go,
you
go.
feel it?
I need to throw it soon. It's open.
Oh, mind the fuse.
Stay focused. That was only the warm-up.
Only the warm-up. Let's move. Running out of time.
Okay, I got the bomb.
Better toss the bomb before it's too late.
Fuse is getting short.
Never hold back expenses on pyrotechnics. What's better than a game show? A game show on fire!
Chuck it.
The greatest show on this side of the Milky Way.
Dispose the bomb.
Do gloriously or die miserably. educate, we entertain! The people crave violence. This might get me fired.
If you fail any of the 7 stages, you must restart the entire side story, not just the checkpoint. I will admit we failed a few times, but when things went right, they went right, and we earned the trophy, Cold Potato. Complete the game show without the bomb exploding. And the platinum. It took 2. Unlock all trophies. This was kind of a disappointing description based on all the other trophies being so creative. But it was my 332nd platinum trophy, taking us 18 hours to platinum. The moral of the story is we need people to lean on, to talk to trust. We can't do everything alone, and our bottled up emotions do not make a positive outcome. But together, we can overcome almost anything. The game was packed full of subtle nods to many games and even a couple movies, which I really enjoyed. The trophy names were creative, which for me further shows the effort that they put into this. The gameplay was consistently changing, which is a big plus. The couch co-op was intense, tough, and fun all at the same time. The trophies were challenging to discover on a completely blind playthrough and made the experience all that much better as we explored anything and everything, wondering what the trophies were. It was clear very early on that we were not going to get any for just playing through the missions. I recommend this one to everyone that enjoyed It Takes Two, but wanted a much harder, challenging, and ever-changing experience. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care, and remember, it's a platinum life.